Hi everybody, I'm Debbie Wood from We Be Jammin'. Welcome to this week's version of That's My Jam. I often at shows will have people ask me about what to do with particular items that we sell, and I'm a crock pot queen. So this week, Jeremy is going to prepare Hawaiian pork ribs. Is that how we call that?
Baby back ribs.
Baby back ribs, with our new Hawaiian barbecue sauce that we just launched, and in my favorite, a crock pot. So I sit back, hope you enjoy, and let us know what you think.
All right, thank you. How's everybody doing today? Okay, so here we go. We are doing a crock pot meal today, as Deb said, and it's going to be very simple. The prep is going to be very, very easy for this. We are going to start off with our ribs. So I also just wanted to point out one thing. We had a couple comments last week about something about us not wearing gloves, something of that nature. Just so you know, we are not a restaurant. We do not cook this for anybody but ourselves. When we hit finish on that live, that is when we partake in it here. So we are not a restaurant, and we are not serving the public, and none of this is for sale besides the product that is sealed. All right, that was my disclaimer for the video today. Anyway, so here's what we're going to do. We are going to start off with our rack of ribs. So the rack of rib was a full rack, okay? Full rack of ribs, and I cut it in half. Once you cut it in half, you always want to make sure you peel off. People a lot of times don't even know it's there. It's a nice thin piece of
silver skin.
It could be, anything. What did you call it?
Silver skin.
Silver skin. All right, we'll call it a silver skin. So you want to make sure, I had already peeled this one off when I peeled the other half, so the whole piece came off. So you want to make sure that does, and what it does, it makes it a little bit looser, and then it doesn't become as gummy. We have a liner in ours, so we do prefer the liner. It does help out very well. I'm just going to quickly wash my hands. I didn't take that part into consideration. All right. And what we're going to add to that, we have a 1/4 cup of beef broth. Okay, we're just going to pour that right over the inside, and I will try to turn this over so people can see it. We are also going to put in a 1/4 cup of our wildflower honey. And I like to just kind of evenly spread it, kind of let it drip out, and just kind of put it right over the top. That's going to give it a nice coating when it cooks. Honey is not always the easiest to get out, but with a little bit of work, it will be fine. Wanted to mention that we're going to be this weekend, we are going to Clark's Farm. That is down in, some people probably think it's all the way down to Charleston, but it's actually still considered South Kingston, Wakefield. We are at Clark's Farm, and they're having an artesian sale. It was supposed to be on Saturday. Now they are moving it to Sunday due to the rain and the wind. So come on down. We are going to be down there. I believe it starts at, I believe that is an 11 a.m. 11 a.m. I'm going to verify that before the end of this as well. So after we have the 1/4 cup of beef broth, 1/4 cup of the wildflower honey, we're going to take our Hawaiian barbecue sauce. I always shake our products, any products really, but especially products that don't have any preservatives or additives. You want to make sure that you're getting all of the ingredients mixed. A lot of times they seem to settle on the bottom. Give that a good shake. This one here, I would say I probably use close to about half the bottle. It's a 19-ounce jar, so that's going to be about 2 cups and 3 ounces. So I'd say I'd probably put about, probably about a cup and a 1/4 on. And once it settles, I kind of gauge it, so I can go half of the barbecue bottle. And the reason I do that is because you'll see what I like to do with some of the remaining after. Okay, from there, what we'll do is you will then put on your cover. This here then will then go, I like to cook it I like it on low. I would say low on 6 hours is probably going to be the best timing. If you have a shorter amount of time and you have to go high on your crock pot, you can do it in 4 hours, but low 6 hours is what is preferred. All right, let me get rid of this stuff. And what I have for you is what it will look like when we are done. Okay, and you know what? I'm going to bring that other crock pot over there just to kind of give a little visual of what we have here. And you can see it kind of just sits there. That barbecue sauce is rather thick, and it's also a little bit chunky, if you can see that. That right there, and that is the pineapple that's in it. So it is, it's more of a thicker. Half hour before, so about 5.5 hours while this thing is still cooking, I usually pop the top off. I add probably about a half a cup, quarter cup to a half a cup of pineapple. Put that in there, as well as then I will take some barbecue sauce. I'll put that more on the top, and then brush that right in. And then for the last half hour it cooks. If you choose to put these in when you make it, 6 hours of these pineapples, they're pretty much just going to shred and be nothing. I like to have a little consistency in ours. So we are going to, I'm going to take these out of here so you can see exactly what they look like when they are done. And today we prepared it. We have some mashed potatoes. We have some southwestern corn, has the red bell potatoes and Southwest spices in there. And we also have a corn muffin loaves. Wonderful thing to do with that, we take some of our honey. You can melt it down in the microwave and you can just put a little bit of coat of honey on that, and then that way you don't even need butter. The honey is better for you. So let's see what we have here. All right. You're gonna put this right here. Look at the way that just breaks apart right there. So tender in there. Look at that. Break it apart so you can see it falls right off the bone. I mean, you can do so many things. You want to do pulled pork. You want to do, you can do some pulled pork. You can do, you know, a whole loin, whatever you prefer. We chose baby back ribs for this one.
Pull that dish back.
Okay. This is our finished product here. Hopefully we can see that now. So this here, we have our cornbread. Like I said, gently brush it with some nice warm honey. Here we have just a side of corn, mashed potatoes. Right here, this is where it's at. We have wonderful, wonderful pieces of meat that are just falling right off. Very tender, very, very good. That is extremely well. Extremely, extremely good. So, to go over what we did today, we had our crock pot meal, and we have our crock pot Hawaiian baby back ribs, and this is the Hawaiian barbecue sauce, and then this is the wild honey we used, and nice short video this week. So, hope everybody enjoyed it, and please let us know, if you enjoy it, please leave a comment, let us know how we're doing, and please do not forget that we will, oh yes, vote Rhode Island Monthly. We only have, I believe, a week left, if that. Might only be a couple days. Rhode Island Monthly, we are under the specialty foods category, and you write in the name, We Be Jammin', all right?
West
And
Bay.
what is it?
West Bay.
West Bay Specialty Shop. So put that in there, and we'd be so happy if you could vote for us on that. Once again, this weekend we are at Clark's Farm on Sunday. That is down on Route 1 in Wakefield, and we have an artesian festival down there, and they have perennials and tons of flowers. So please come on down and see us. Thank you once again, and thank you for joining us on That's My Jam.